Well, hi there, everyone. This is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I want to thank you very much for wishing me happy birthday. And I want to also welcome all those that are new here. And if you are new, take your iPhone or your handy dandy smartphone, scan the QR code, and that'll direct you to my link tree, which is linktr.ee. That's linktr.e/JOHNCMORLEY, serial, SERIAL, entrepreneur, ENTREPRENEUR. That's where that goes, if you didn't know where that goes. So welcome. If you are new to my channel, again, welcome. If you're coming back, well, thanks for being a loyal subscriber. And it's great to have you here. We're continuing this great conversation to help you in Series 5, which is how and why we should forgive. How and why should we forgive? And I think the issue that comes in with that is a lot of people don't quite understand, what does it mean to forgive, and why should we forgive? I mean, these are really these are important questions that I think a lot of us want to ask, but for whatever reason, we just don't ask them, and we don't really know how we should ask them, or we don't know why something is going a certain way. But we talked about this before. There's ego, right? And we said ego gets involved, and we need to realize that ego actually rears its head, I should say, when you're always at the end of something, just before you're about to make that major breakthrough in your life. The ego always seems to want to pop out. Kind of how it is. And so I want you to understand that you don't have to have an ego, and you can suppress that ego, and you can really become an amazing, better version of yourself. I mean, I think that's really what it is at the end of the day, because if you can understand that the ego gets us into trouble, all right, and it causes us to, how can I say, be somebody that is someone we don't want to be, right? I'm sure you've had that issue, but it does happen, and we have different types of ways we forgive, right? Why is it, though, that some people have a hard time with forgiveness? So let's talk about one type of forgiveness, right? Great to see you, Brian. Thanks for popping out here tonight. So we're talking about forgiveness, and we're talking about why doesn't it happen? So we talked about one kind of forgiveness where that's where somebody makes a mistake, right? What if somebody makes an intention to actually hurt you, and now you got to forgive them? What is that like? All right, so maybe it's your best friend, and they did something to betray you. It could be going out with the person you were dating behind your back. It could be lying to you. It could have been stealing from you. It could have been anything. So, how do you go and forgive that person? I think that becomes a hard pill to swallow for a lot. So, we have to realize that we're all not perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. And so, when we think about this, how do you forgive somebody that's done something so wrong? Well, the first thing you have to realize is that, you know, you're probably a little bit angry. And so you need to take the emotion out of it for a moment and say, okay, look, what did he do? What did she do? What did that cause me? Well, it caused me some emotional strife. It cost me to lose a few dollars. Am I going to be able to recover from it? Yes. Am I going to be able to forgive this person? And that's a tough thing. And so you probably say to yourself, yes, I want to forgive them, but I don't know how to forgive them because it's kind of rocked my world in this way that is not making me feel very happy. So, one thing you have to decide is that you want to forgive the person. That's number one. Okay. You have to discharge any anger that's in your body. So, a great way to discharge anger, and we're going to do this together. We're going to do a little meditation together. So, I want you just to sit back. You can either close your eyes or keep them open, whatever makes you happy. And I'd like you just to take a deep breath with me. You're going to inhale for 3, you're going to hold it for a count of 3, and you're going to exhale for 3. All right. So, we're going to inhale 3 counts, hold it for 3, and just exhale for 3. Take the number 2. Picture that in your mind. Inhale for 3, but see the number 2. Hold it for 3. Exhale for 3. Let the number 2 just kind of fade away from your mind. Do that for the number 1. Inhale for 3. See the number 1 in your mind. Hold it for 3. And exhale for 3. And get rid of the number 1. So the next thing I'd like you to do is I'd just like you to just let everything go. Maybe notice where you're sitting right now, and I'm going to count backwards really slowly with you, okay? And whether you choose to keep your eyes open or closed, I hope you'll close them, but that's up to you. I'd like you just to notice where you are at the moment. Are you sitting on a chair or your bed? Are you on the floor? How does the surface feel in contact with your skin, the clothing feel? Do you feel any pressure against your body? Can you sense that? Are you comfortable? What muscles can you feel that are kind of engaged with where you are? What's the temperature like? Do you feel warm? Do you feel cool? Or does it feel just right? I'd like you to take a moment now and just notice your heartbeat. And just notice the beat of your heart. Don't try to change it. And just acknowledge it. And as you acknowledge your heartbeat, you realize that you are in harmony with yourself and you're truly desiring to become a more peaceful and loving person. You're desiring all of this, and it is now so. As you're starting just to sit down and just relax, you may notice that you may feel more comfortable now to close your eyes. That's up to you. I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. As I do, you're just going to find yourself just sinking into your chair or sinking into the bed or the floor, wherever you are, just a little bit easier now. 10, just letting yourself go. 9, just letting those muscles just relax. 8, letting them relax a little more. 7, a little more. 6, a little more. 5, there you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, whether you've closed your eyes or not is totally up to you. And I'd like you just to picture in your mind the situation for which you want to forgive. You can see the person in your mind's eye. You can see maybe what they did to you. And what I want you to see is I want you to see what happened in your mind. And I want you to notice that it's probably in color. I want you to change that high fidelity, high def image in your head from color to black and white. You can reach out in front of you and just either press the knob, turn the knob, or press the digital button. And notice that the image goes from color to black and white. There's also another knob or another button you can change, and that button will actually change the size of the picture. Changing it to the right will actually cause the image to actually stretch out to the side. Okay, and there's another one that you could turn to the left, and it will cause it to go into a line. And when your image is into a line where you can barely tell what it is, I want you to notice that you probably feel a little bit different about the situation. And as you're just noticing that, what I'd like you to do, because I know you don't want to have this memory anymore, I want you to just take that mallet or whatever you have, and I want you to just smash that TV. All right? Smash that screen. That image is never going to come back again. It's gone. And so now your body and your mind are a little bit lighter. And when you think about it, you probably aren't as charged anymore. And I want you to notice that you need to send loving energy to that person and to the situation. Just send love out to them. And as you do that, I'm going to give you a moment to do that for a couple seconds. And as you're just doing that and starting to notice how things were great between you and him or you and her, how things were just amazing. Just starting to notice what that feeling was like and how it can be again right now. You're already noticing that you have went to the person and they're actually wanting to apologize. And as they apologize, you can feel that little bit of a weight in your heart or maybe on your shoulders. Just picture them apologizing. Noticing how good you're feeling because they want to apologize. They're very sorry for what they did. They're also promising they're never going to do this again to you. And as they ask for your apology, I want you to take a moment. And as you're pondering whether to apologize or not, I want you just to notice all that stress and tension is about to be released from your body when they ask you for your forgiveness. Do you forgive me? And you know you want to say yes because you know you want all that stress and tension to be out of your body. I'm going to go back from 5 to 1. And when I do, you're going to say, they're going to ask you, do you forgive me? And you're going to say yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're hearing, do you forgive me? And you're starting to feel every bone and muscle and tendon in your body tingle. And you've just said yes. And you feel so great. I'm going to count up in a minute from 1 to 5. When I get to 5, your eyes will be open. They'll be wide awake, in perfect health, feeling much better than they did before. You'll have no ill effects whatsoever in your head. Head, buzzing, ear sounds, vision distortion, and any other annoyances that could perceive issues in your body be gone. You'll actually have more clear thought, no ringing in your ears, no buzzing sounds. Eyesight, vision, and hearing will improve every time you function at these levels of the mind. Another reason why you should definitely meditate more often. 1, starting to feel the energy coming in through your tippy toes very, very slowly. 1.5, coming up the metatarsals and into the tib and fib area. 2, coming up to the knee area. 2.5, coming up into the thighs. 3, coming up into your groin pelvic area. 3.5, coming up into the chest and thoracic area. 4, coming up into the neck. 4.5, coming up to the neck. 5, up to the eyes, face and nose, eyes open, wide awake, feeling fine, in perfect health, feeling much better than you did before. And now, my friends, you are empowered with the feelings to be able to forgive. Now, I'm not saying forgiving something that someone does to you is easy, especially when it's intentional, because they always believe that the grass is going to be greener on the other side, but it just didn't work out for them. But we're loving creatures, and we want to forgive those that are asking for forgiveness and are doing it humbly and with contrite hearts, and those promising not to do this to us again. And we remember we're not perfect, and we would want forgiveness if we needed it. Therefore, I know you want to lovingly send forgiveness to other people. So we're going to talk more about forgiveness as we get into tomorrow, which is Thursday. Then we have Friday to wrap it all up, and we'll get into some other things. But I think the biggest reason that people don't forgive is because they feel more comfortable to hold on to their baggage. They feel more comfortable to stay with what they know than change. Because you see, when somebody has to ask for forgiveness, it's almost like they've got to step on a ledge and be very careful. So it's the person that's actually asking for forgiveness that has the harder time. They're the ones that are putting more risk out there. You, as the one that wants to forgive, should accept their apology if you believe it is sincere. You'll have a load taken off you, they'll have a load taken off of them. But if you're on the other side of the coin, realize the other person wants you to apologize. But you're the one that holds that key if you're the one that's asking for the apology. Because without it ever being asked, the weight could never be lifted off of either shoulders because two people have to be in harmony for a resolution and a forgiveness to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know by now that forgiveness is something that really helps our mind and it helps our body. Okay, so today we've been talking about how and why we should forgive. This is a very tough topic for some people, and they tend to shut it out because they're like, oh, no, no, that's not me, and I'm perfect, or, I don't want to get involved with that. People don't want to get involved with anything until it's something that causes them to have pain in their life. So we only do things in life for two reasons: to avoid pain and gain pleasure. This is why they have so many millions of hospitals, because people do more things to get out of pain, right? More people do things to get out of pain than actually to have pleasure, which is kind of unfortunate. There's so many things we can do in life to have pleasure. We should focus more on pleasure and we'd have more pleasure in our life, right? So if forgiveness is that barrier between allowing more pleasure in your life, you know how the relationship was, you know how the friendship was before this little snag, and you both want things to go back the way it was. You do. So why not feel that? And why not embrace the fact that you both want to have forgiveness? One asks for it, the other one acknowledges it. Then maybe there's a handshake or there's a hug embrace. But it feels so good when you can let that baggage off of your heart, off of your shoulders, and your body. And just knowing, you know what it's like when someone says, I forgive you. You feel so good. We don't have to live a life where everything is suppressed inside us and we wish for something. If the person doesn't apologize, or let's say the case, the person doesn't accept our apology, there's no need to deal with spilt milk about it. We may not be the ones that need to grow up, it might be the other person. And if they really don't accept your apology after you asking, then this might have not been somebody that was out for your best interests. They might have just been one sided. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've had challenges with forgiveness in the past, so please show me some love on Facebook, on Facebook, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur, on LinkedIn, on the LinkedIn page. Please do go ahead and follow me. I am almost at our first goal, which is 150, and then we'll be able to apply to hopefully have them look at us and allow us to stream directly, not only onto the profile page, but also onto John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. We're only about 5 or 6 away, so I need your help to definitely follow his page. We're delivering really high quality content to improve my life and improve all of your lives. Comment below, what issue in forgiveness are you still wrestling with? I know you're wrestling with some. You don't have to be specific, but just let me know. I want to help you. And then tag your friends, your colleagues, and your associates, and share this out with everyone you know here on social media. And then, if this resonated with you, go to youtube.com, type in my name, John space E space Morley space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for the key phrase, help keep our content free. Below that, make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful. With any pennies and dollars we receive, we'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, new facilities and staff to continue to produce and give you the most cutting-edge, jaw-dropping, motivational, inspirational content available today to get you out of procrastination and into a mind that takes inspired action to achieve the goals for the life that you've always wanted. I'm John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. It has been a privilege and a pleasure to be with you. And please show me some love, especially for my birthday week, and follow the channel. I'll be so grateful for that. Again, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. Scan that QR code. You can also click on the LinkedIn group. or check out some of the other great content that I produce, including this week we have Colonel retired Wayne Phelps in a part two about drones and how the military uses them to kill people and how this is part of their job. Learn how soldiers have to get desensitized so they can just kill a target without having an emotional response to it. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, for episode number 6. And then we have one more for 7. We'll have another great episode, I'm sure you know, with a brand new series on Saturday. So have a great night, everyone. And thanks so much for the follows, the likes, and the support. Talk to you.